In ancient times, there was a legend called the albino deer. It was said that any hunter who could touch the doe would be blessed for life and always have successful hunting. His family would never go hungry, but try as they might, no hunter could ever touch the deer. In fact, they could scarcely get near her. She could sense them as they even thought to approach her. She appeared to them to be almost a ghost. One day, a wise young hunter came. His intent was to touch the deer. He came to her forest, and in his pocket he had lumps of sugar. He searched for the place where his heart told him to wait for her. He found a clearing, a large circle where the trees were well back, and he sat in the middle. He took out the sugar and held it in his palm, and there he sat. For 3 days he waited. On the third day, he saw a faint white wisp behind the trees, just like a ghost. His heart leapt, but he asked himself to be calm. The albino deer had appeared and hidden behind the trees. She circled him and observed him from behind the trees for 3 more days. Then, on the third day, she came out from behind the trees and into the clearing, and she circled him from a distance for 3 more days. Sometimes closer and sometimes farther. Still, the young hunter did not stir. He watched her just as he had watched the moon, with a loving gaze, ever offering his sugar in his outstretched hand. He could feel her move nearer and farther, like the tide of an ocean. He could feel himself fatigue, withdraw, and then regain himself anew. There was a pull, a pulsation, an invisible motion between them, and an expanse that was a part of something vast and new and very old. On the third day then, she approached him. Inches away, she was close enough to touch. He did not stir, but watched her openly. She sniffed him, circled him, and then, for 3 more days, they read each other's energy and made a silent dance, together and apart. They stared into each other's eyes. They saw love and fear there. Then, on the third day, the albino deer bent down her head and took the sugar from his palm. When she did, her soft nose touched his hand. He was blessed, he knew, in that moment. Not only with bountiful hunting, but blessed by his trust in the invisible realm, which bestowed upon him the wealth of her trust. He knew he had stepped through a door and found his own greatness. He rose and walked into the wood, and she, by his side, he hunted like he had never done before. He knew right where the game was, and when he loosed his arrow and it landed true and the prey fell, instantly dead, from that day on she would appear, the albino deer, right by his side and run with him while he hunted. When they were looking, eye to eye, they saw fear and love. When love arises, it shines its light on anything that is unlike it. In the marriage of opposites, in order to love the higher love, that love we must agree to the beauty of our dark side, our unlovable side. Love and agree to be loved ugly. As soon as we make that leap, we are freed into the expanse that is the infinite. However, ego and personality will fight you on this point. Your agenda to get what you want, fulfill your picture, creates the experience of chasing the leaf through the water. Your own wake just keeps pushing it away from you. To see another, really see them, not your picture of what they should be, is the most extraordinary experience ordinary people can have. When you see one, really see them, they are healed. They will bond to you. The most basic need for human beings is to be witnessed. Scientific studies have found that children who were ignored growing up fare far worse than those who were beaten. You will have reasons not to trust or love. You will have logic to protect you from pain. You will have aversion to ugliness. You will want to run or become paralyzed in fear. It will be uncomfortable and scary to hang out in the unknown, the expanse. This means you will never touch the albino deer. If you cannot agree to the darkness of pain and fear, then you cannot agree to the bliss and light of love. The deal is we must agree to both sides of the pendulum before we get to transcend. This expanse is not a place that many humans get to see. Our brain and heart will scare us away from the edge of that abyss. Trust your intuition will guide you toward or away any circumstance that requires a linear determination. Spend your time seeing yourself and others, really seeing. Take the chance that getting quiet will create a space for the albino deer to come to you and kiss your palm. You will be blessed with finding your own greatness.